Okay, I got this. I got this. Alright, grab some distance, turn around. Smile for the camera, bitch. Where'd he go? Ah, she ported. Nope, there she is. Nope, no hands on the cameraman. The camera lady. It's not that kind of shoot. Where'd he go? I think she missed me as well. Just stumbled over. I feel kind of bad about that. Not exactly the world's most threatening ghost, is she? Nope, that's where she's coming from, so back up. Spin. No, don't turn the camera that far. You teleported. That's cheating. 20 damage. 40 points. Ooh. Damn it, I missed my zero shot there, didn't I? Yep, yes I did. And she fell over again. But it's fine, it's fine. Just missing me left, right and centre. Not a thing to be concerned about. Not a thing. Again, for those who haven't played the series before, the zero shot. See how my little ring there went red very briefly as she lunged at me? There. Fuck. Yeah, I was out of line, wasn't I? Yeah, if you manage to hit X at the exact moment that thing turns red, you get like a crit multiplier for your damage against the ghost. But we won anyway, so... Okay. You happy about it, Ray? I'm so depressed about everything. Yeah, well, I'm even asking you. Oop. There we go. Let's load the other side of the map, eh? Marvellous. The door's already shut by the time the camera angle changes, just to make sure that we can't see the map behind us has been despawned. I'm slightly suspicious about all this. I am, of course, going to change things around a little. Oh, hello. Legs. Ooh. Hey, sexy lady. 2,000 points for legs. I know I'm playing a Japanese game now. But yeah. In case you hear any weird rattling as I'm talking, I'm actually trying to eat a sweet at the same time as doing this.
If only I died too. It's not my fault that I'm the only one that survived. I should have been taken. I didn't survive because I wanted to. I had no choice. If I had just argued, I didn't survive because I wanted to. I had no choice. So if I
yeah, I should point it out earlier, by the way. Major theme of this game is suicidal impulses as a result of survivor's guilt. Whole idea is the ghosts in this place. They sort of draw people in from the outside, people who, feel guilty about having survived some disaster or other, and drive them mad to the point that it's kind of hard to decide whether the ghosts actually kill them per se, or whether they just drive them to suicide in the real world, and then their spirits end up trapped here. That marking plays a whole thing. See how she's getting all sorts of weird tattoos spreading over her body as a result of this chick? There it is. Whatever it is this chick actually does to people, whether it, actually kills them, or whether it just binds their soul to this place after they die, she first has to convince them they deserve to be dead. She does that by terrorizing them nightly. Because, people who are sleep deprived don't tend to make the most rational of choices. You're $1.50, bitch! I don't know. I can't decide whether it would have been... I mean, this is all very stylized and interesting, but I can't help but wonder if maybe it would have been a bit more interesting if we'd actually played the relatively short escape up the hallway. But then again, the in-game mechanic for running is probably actually slightly slower than the cinematic, so perhaps it all balances out in the end.
Let me sleep forever.
That's all it takes. That single touch and the curse is laid. We're already doomed. Doomed! Sorry, did I wake you, Ray? Should be like a bonus anyway, you just come back and smush her flat with your Eva. Yeah, dead arm. She slept on it funny. I know what that's like. Terrible feeling. Terrible feeling. Oh, she woken up with a funny tattoo. Sure, we've all done that.
Is everything okay?
Yes, this is how I normally wake up, don't you?
I heard you cry out.
I know my morning hasn't started correctly until I wake up in a cold sweat going, "Ah!"
So many nightmares lately. What?
Things are going really well, I've pissed myself.
But I just had a bad dream.
Really? Miku, you're buying this? After everything you went through in the first game, you're just gonna go, okay then. Guess I'll go make breakfast. Again, judging by the fact she's still dressed in the same outfit as yesterday, I doubt Miku sleeps anymore. Was it all just a dream? Some kind of crazy fantasy? Probably not. Oh yeah, there's goodies to look at, isn't there? Forgot about that. Yeah. Throughout the course of the book, you'll randomly get little notes and stuff. It's a staple of the survival horror genre. You people know this by now. No point me explaining it. But yeah, you get little insights into how Ray thinks by getting sort of details on her reaction to stuff. I mean, there are certain things you can convey in text better than in visuals. That's why we still write novels about things, even though there are movies. Isn't any tape? I want to... Jesus Christ. Tape? Am I playing a fucking hipster? That's what's going on here. Jesus Christ. Miku bought me an entire library. I don't look at it though. Just have it there to be cool. Yeah, it's the camera I never use anymore. Except for the other day when I used it. Actually, no, the other camera was stolen, wasn't it? What am I even saying? Handmade scented candles on top of the desk. Jesus Christ, your entire house must stink. Do you have any idea how much tallow smells before you add in, like, the scented oils and things? God damn. Some smelly habits Miku's got. Just random bits of laundry. Yep, just throwing clothes, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is there anything she doesn't do for you? Are you capable of wiping your own arse, woman, without Miku there to do it for you? I mean, she basically designed and populated your room at this point. We already know that much. Apparently she has to tidy up after you as well. Shades. Of course she did. Yep.
Good morning, Ray.
Morning, Mom. I mean, Miku. Gotta stop making that mistake. Yu's room. Ever since the accident, I tried to go in here and I was like, wait a minute. I assume... I'm remembering that wrong? I thought Yu was her boyfriend. Why do they have separate rooms? Jesus Christ, what a douche you are, Ray. It's your house, but Miku basically does everything. Like your live-in maid. My God. I say, you're paying her really well. You got some sort of weird civil life partnership thing going on here. That's heckler, by the way. Drizzling outside. Well, I can relate to a busy drizzly outside. Just constantly. The TV in our rooms. Yeah. That's obviously made you much more social, Ray. I was kind of expecting a text box or something, but no, you can stare at the cat. But it pretends to be dead. But if I don't move, she'll go away. Yep. Of course, looking after the plant is Miku's job. Everything is Miku's job. At least you admit it, though. There's always that. God, I'm a shitty friend. Yes, you are, Ray. It's going to rain today, too. You don't have any work to do. Hint. Why don't you just relax? Hint. You've been working so much lately. Hint. And now you're hallucinating. So yeah, just take it easy, why don't you? Oh, by the way, you have a letter. It's addressed to you. Oh, for me? No. You don't understand. It's for you. That's what I said, for me, yes? It's a letter for you. From Kay. What? No, don't bring a third language into this. This is silly enough already. Let's just get on with this, shall we? Seems like the best idea at this point. If my X button will... Oh, there you go. That was weird. Then again, this controller has been in a drawer for like 10 years, so... Dear you, sorry for not writing for so long. How are things with your fiancé? You're in separate rooms. My god, are you Amish? I'm continuing my investigation of the urban legend. Like I thought, my niece's symptoms bear many similarities to the strange disease associated with the urban legend. I think most of the story is groundless rumour, but I've heard there was a psychiatric study done. If you have it, I'd like to see it. Maybe it will provide a clue. I'm taking a break from all my other work to devote myself to studying the urban legend. I'd like your help. Perhaps in writing clearer letters. According to the documents I've studied, the camera that I sent you is apparently a rare camera obscura. Given where I found it, it may have some connection to the missing people and the urban legend. Probably valuable police evidence, then, in fact, that you've swiped. Have you still not told him about... that guy? No, I thought I'd let him keep writing letters to his dead friend without ever really knowing. Camera might be in Yu's room, though. Should probably check that out. If it's the same one we saw in the dream. Sounds important. But first, I'll thoroughly investigate the house to remind myself where everything is. Not only that, but again, I can't remember at what point random objects start spawning in the house for you to collect. A real mom's eye view of the... Jesus Christ. Large oven. Can't cook, of course you can't. You bought a dishwasher for Miku. But she hardly ever seems to use it. Lacquerware and fragile plates damage easily if you wash them in a machine, she says. Because apparently she's a housewife from the 30s. I think the game might be going a little too far to establish the fact that our young Rei here is not exactly the traditional model young Japanese lady. She's not domestic, shall we say. Yes. And again, there are a lot of games in this period that tended to do that with their female protagonists. Point out how unstereotypical and domestic usually they weren't. Which ironically became a stereotype in and of itself. How about that? Spooky ghosts? Yeah. Again, at some point, spooky ghosts will start appearing in the house as well. Again, you can argue whether or not that's because the nightmare world is spilling into the real world, or whether the sleep deprivation is just driving Ray mad and the ghosts aren't really there at all. It's open to... oh, that's a new door. It's open to interpretation. Yep, controls. The dark room, excellent. Every now and again you'll be forced to go back to the real world to develop a picture that will trigger a clue or unlock a door or some such nonsense in the nightmare world. Last door to check. I knocked the toilet door. It looks like no one... Of course not. Miku's in the living room and you're here. I'd be a little concerned, wouldn't you? If you go... And suddenly a voice from outside goes, God, do you mind? Just came in to steal your TV before I take a shit. It was knocking on the door all the time. God. Did she react at all? I might be misremembering. It might not even be this game where... There's a weird pose. That's just a weird standing pose. Really is. No? Okay, no. Apparently it isn't this game that the characters react to the camera. Must be thinking of something different. Right, we're gonna go investigate the dead fiance's room. Was that relationship ever going anywhere? He slept by himself. Okay, probably a bad sign. I mean, for all I brag on her, Ray isn't exactly a homely lass. That computer has a green screen. My god. So old. So very, very old.
May I help you with something?
Oh, I just wanted to ask you.
But you were dead. Should be playing like the Lonely Man or something, shouldn't it? Bling, 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 bling. Bling, 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 bling. Bling, 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 bling. Bling, 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 bling. I sense a J-pop music video starting. I looked out into the rain. It reminded me of your grievous head wound. Something about Sakura. Number 1. You want to tidy away his clothes? Yeah. Kind of harshing my mellow there, Ray. Full of folklore, philosophy and such. They're all books that you used for his work, or ones that were published by his company. There was a time when I was interested in them. But like everything else, I just don't care anymore. You fucking hipster, Ray. Couldn't bring myself to tidy... Yeah, that was the issue. It was an emotional thing and not just immense laziness on your behalf. Many of the urban legends classified as Lost Village are modelled on real incidents, such as a village was ruined when one villager massacred the others. They're often an amalgamation of well-known actual incidents, legend, and oral tradition. Settings such as the isolated mountain village, or bygone customs, like Nike trysts, or night even, not Nike. Ceremonies often act to trigger the incidents themselves. The reason for the popularity of urban legends may lie in the notion of the view of the country from the city or the modern bias towards the ancient. To the people of the modern city, the village is the wilderness, and those who live there are different. Perhaps that scorn or fear finds expression in the urban legend. Quite possibly. For that reason, the setting of the legend must be the isolated mountain village. Further, bygone customs are attractive elements, and acting to provoke the incident. As a case in point, there was a story about the area around the Minakami Dam where Mayu went missing. That's a reference to the second game. The Lost Village in the mountains of the Minakami area, there was once a massacre in a so-called Lost Village. Years ago, on the night of a certain festival, vague, very vague, there was a great massacre and the village disappeared from the map. Only one woman survived. If you walk in the forest where the village once lay, there was a small guardian statue. If you continue, you come to a shrine gate that forms the entrance to the village. If you should pass through the gate, you will never return. The night of the massacre continues in this village, where day will never break again, and a woman's horrific laugh rings throughout the village. Next we have The Manner of Bizarre Murders, where the same tragedy recurs. It's a rather lengthy title, and frankly I think it needs a bit of shortening. The scale is much smaller, but generally speaking it resembles the pattern of the village, blah 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 blah. An example of this is to do with Mafayu's disappearance, reference to the first game. The House of Mutilation. In the mountain area of Himuro, there remains a manor where years ago there was said to have been a massacre. There have always been vanishings in the nearby forest, and many of the spirited away are said to end up in the manor. Their corpses have been found with both hands, legs, and with both hands, legs, and head severed. Powerful English. One more example of that seemingly related manner of sleep urban legend that I'm researching now. The manner of sleep legend was picked up by various magazines in the 1960s, but incidents with very similar characteristics can be found here and there in even older media. This newspaper is from the early 1900s and is of no relation to when the manner of sleep legend was taken up, but the background of the spirited ways and the people's later conditions bear many similarities to the manner of sleep urban legend. Bit garbled, but I think I get the general idea. I'm still investigating, but these incidents may trace back to the 19th century. I've seen legends in several folklore books that may have become the basis for the manner of sleep. It's all connected. Or at least all referenced, anyway. Yeah. I'm familiar with that particular piece of video game logic. Acquire one item, suddenly other items become interactable. Yeah, I know. It's just letting you know that you may end up backtracking and researching various things over and over. According to sources, before dawn yesterday, mother and daughter who live in the Myojin village went missing. The missing are Maki Kuzuhara and her daughter Kozue. Since last year, the two have been searching for Kuzuhara's missing husband, reported to have wandered the mountains almost every day. Okay. The informant says, I hadn't seen them for several days, so I went to visit. But there was no answer, so I went inside and they were gone. I only saw some black, soot-like marks. Similar disappearances are being reported across the area. Okay. In case you hadn't guessed, that's probably the mother and daughter we found, just. The ones who tried to murder us. So you get the general idea. People in a state of despair go missing, they end up in the manner of sleep, they're driven mad and end up dead by one means or another. And their deranged spirits go around attacking anyone else who's stupid enough to get their ass caught in the manner. A shelf for a letter and a camera similar to the one I saw in my dream. That's another letter from Kay. Dear you, during my research on the manner of sleep urban legend, I finally made it to a certain deserted village lost even from the map. I found this camera in a huge abandoned house near that village. My niece Miho, when Mayu disappeared, she caused you a lot of trouble, so you probably remember her, saw this camera and she was scared stiff. What if it reminded her of that unspeakable incident? Quite possibly. I don't remember Kay being involved. No, you being involved though. For now, I'd like to take care of the camera. I'd like you to take care of it even. You know about antiques, so could you look it over for me? Don't think I'll be able to reach me for a bit, but I'll contact you. So let me know what you find then. Ken Akamakura. Amakura even. Camera obscura. Yeah, it could be. It's older than the one in the dream, and the inscription on the back is illegible. Even so, it looks pretty similar. Okay. I tried pushing the shutter button, but there was no response. Looks like it's broken. There's still some old film inside. Looks pretty old, but if you squint and hold it up to the light, you can see it's very, very old pornography. Perhaps I can develop it in the dark room. The older stuff's always good for a giggle. See, aren't you glad I went and checked where it is now? Oh, it's you. Hey, kitty. Can't interact with you anymore, though. Bit of a shame. Kitty. See, best game ever, 10 out of 10. My character has their own pet cat. Mew. Just like my own cat, it makes a lot of racket. Of course, unlike my own cat, I can edit that racket out. Can't do that so much with real life, I find. Distressing, I know. As if trying to... You little shits. I'm gonna strangle every one of you. They start fighting just as I say that. Just to try and piss me off. Okay. Let's develop the film, see what comes out, shall we? As if we didn't know already. Can you guess what it is yet? 20 to life for you, isn't it, Rolf? Oh, snap! Yeah, it's the picture we took earlier. Somehow... Again, this isn't ever clearly explained, I don't think. Whether the film is just sort of metaphysical and just transferring between realms, or whether or not we're somehow going back in time when we go into the dream sequences. That's never really clearly explained. So it doesn't really need to be. It's a supernatural horror game. There's supposed to be a certain amount of disconnect between the logical. Even so. A slight pause as it loads the rest of the house. Cat's moved again. So's Mayu. She changes its position ever so slightly now and then. Yo, Mayu, would you mind looking at this for me? I was wondering, well, you're not too busy repainting the house and, digging out all that asbestos from the loft. Could you possibly find out who this person in this photograph is? Yes, yeah. Should only take a couple of months. Be fine. Yeah, I found it in Yu's room. So yeah, just you don't mind.
Understood. I'll let you know if I find it.
Just dig that up in all your free time. Oh, and by the way, if you could re-sod the lawn while you're at it, that'd be great. Jesus Christ. I do feel sorry for the poor little lass. Anywho, I'm going to cut it here for today, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.